Hey, in this video I want to share with you how I'm able to travel the world, like places like Singapore, and build a business at the same time whilst being a busy dad and husband as well. So social media is the answer. So let me just, before I go into the steps you need to take in order to make it happen, let me just give you a little bit of background. So in 1987, my mum and dad, they got involved in the greatest profession in the world, in my opinion, especially for budding entrepreneurs who want to take very, very little risk to see if they've got what it takes to be able to be in business for themselves, by themselves. So 1987, they got involved and I traveled around the world with them. And it allowed me to get involved in personal development at a very, very, very young age. Like I'm talking like I was at 5, 6, 7 years old. I was actually paying attention to speakers that I would go to because my dad would do an event literally every single week to build his business. Now, as I got older, obviously personal development increased my potential, it increased my capacity, it increased my ability to be able to really understand that there's two things in this world that we learn them both in school. Number one is science, number two is art. Now I want you to really pay attention to this. Science is what the universe controls, and then art is what you can control. And we've got to pay attention to both. They're both equally important. But what I realized is that the universe is the universe. The universe has its plans, whether you believe in fate or not, karma or not, whatever. But I want you to understand the law of attraction. That's the first and foremost. Like if you truly want to be able to travel around the world, build a business when you want, with who you want, how you want, whatever it might be, then you've truly got to believe that to be true, because your beliefs will create the behaviors needed to create the belongings that you want. Belongings in terms of material things, adventure, lifestyle, friendships, whatever that might look to you. So you've got to really believe. Then if that's tick, you've got the science down. The art is what you create. Now, traditionally, it's a white canvas, load of paint brushes, or your hands, and you just throw a load of stuff on. You're painting pictures, portraits, landscapes, abstract art, whatever it might be. But in today's world, the easy adult version for us to create art is social media. And social media is the key that's been able to allow me to travel around the world. I now live in Dubai with my incredible wife and my amazing, beautiful daughter. We also have a dog called Mando over in Dubai as well. And you know, when we want to take a trip, we take a trip. When we want to go see family, we go see family. When we want to do something fun, we go do something fun. And that's because social media has created the leverage. So understanding the science of believing is most important. Understanding that you create your own art. No one's going to paint that picture for you. You've got to go and do it. And if you rely on other people to do it, you will end up living the art that they've created and the universe that they've built. And the third thing is you've got to have leverage. Without leverage, you're going to be having the job. So here's what you need to do on social media. First and foremost, you need to establish a pain, a problem, and know the solution to that. So that's the first thing. Second thing, you've got to be able to create content, short form video content that's going to grow your accounts. Now this can work on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, but video-based content that tells a story that is shareable content, right? And the more shareable your content is, the faster you'll grow. Because I want you to think about it. Yes, the algorithms are the algorithm, the science to the algorithm, but the art is people going, that's flipping awesome, I want to tell my friend. So a friend sees a piece of art, they see a car, they see an experience, they go on holiday somewhere and they go, that was so good, I'm going to tell my friend. So I really need you to understand that the art is what you create, shareable content. Now, it needs to be shareable around a thing that's easily identifiable. What I mean by this is that if you talk about many different things, people aren't going to be able to want to share everything you create, right? And people aren't going to share everything, but I want people to go,
all my days I need to share that.
And then they see the next piece, I need to share that too. I need to share that too. As soon as someone says, I need to share, or says to themselves or thinks, I need to share that, and they say it a few times in a row, they go, this guy, this girl is flipping fire. I need to follow them closely. I need to engage. I need to thank them. I need to reach out to them. So it's not rocket science, right? It's art, right? It's definitely not rocket science because it's not science what I'm talking about. It's the art that you create. So again, what's the pain, the problem, the solution that you have? Again, it could be helping people lose weight. It could be helping people improve their yoga. It could be helping people get fitter. Whatever that might be. It could help people with whatever. There's a lot of people who go down the route of helping people build an Instagram account, right? That's a hot market. That's a hot thing, and it has been for a very, very long time. But you can do whatever you believe is something that you can help people with. And you share testimonials, you share your experiences, your knowledge, your background, different stories that you have. It's not supposed to be difficult. You just got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. Think about it. When it comes to art, how many artists created one piece of art and were world famous? None. They created art over and over and over and over and over and over again until they became famous, usually after they passed away, to be fair. So We have to know what our pain or our solution is. That's going to help us grow our account. Now, when you want to leverage it to make sales, this is what I recommend. As a chopper goes past Arnold Schwarzenegger, get to the chopper, right? As the chopper goes past somewhere, I hope that wasn't too loud for you guys. I am sweating like crazy here, by the way. It's like 35 and 35 degrees Celsius, and it's so humid. But I've got to admit, if you've never been to Singapore before, definitely go. It is incredible. Highly recommend going to that Art Science Museum. I went there today, hence the Art Science reference. This is a really cool Marina Bay Sands, super cool casino, hotel, resort, and then behind it is the garden by the bay, I think it's called, Garden at the Bay. That was really cool as well. Obviously we have a 15-month baby, so it was really fun with her as well. The second thing is you need to remember that leverage is the aim of the game, right? The art you create is shareable content. So in this example, remember the three things: science, art, leverage. The science is understanding and believing that you are able to impact other people. You are. At any point in your life, there's been a moment where you've been able to influence someone. If you can influence one person, you can influence many people. But you've got to believe for that to be true, right? Because your beliefs create your behaviors create your belongings. That's the first thing. The second thing is the art. The art is you creating shareable content. People going,
I love that story. I love that hack. I love that tip. I love that lesson. I love that perspective. I love that point of view. I love this guy. I love her energy.
Right, and they share it with someone else. Now, a lot of times you might either in your content say, hey, if you related with this, or you know someone who will relate to this, share this. Or you might do what my friend Abada does. He actively creates content and then shares it to some of his friends and said, hey, I would love your feedback. Hey, if you related to this, share it with 3 of your friends. It's so simple. Not relying on the algorithm to take control, but actually taking control himself. The third thing is then leverage. I was recently asked this question, and I thought my answer was so fast that I just thought, there's a reason for that being so quick. Someone said, would you rather 1 million followers on Instagram, or would you rather 100,000 email subscribers? And I said email subscribers without even the question being finished. And I even said to myself with this, is that I would rather 50,000 email subscribers, 20,000 email subscribers for 1 million followers on Instagram. Because here's what I want you to really understand. I want you to think about how much money do you believe, and money's not everything, but it allows you to have that choice and it allows you to have that freedom, right? How much money do you genuinely believe, and try and get specific around the number. How much money do you genuinely believe that you've earned from the followers that you've got on Instagram? So if you're in network marketing, here's what I would want you to do. Take your total income generated and then divide it by the number of followers that you've had or that you've got. And it's probably less than that, because some of it might have come from your warm market with people not from social media. So think about it, how much money have you made in total, and then divide that by the number of followers. That's going to give you an amount per follower. On email, if you do it correctly, worst case, you're going to earn around $1 per month per email subscriber. Now I say worst case, that worst case means that you're still sending 1 email a week, you're still actually creating value, you're not just trying to sell in every email, you're not sending out 37 emails every single day, and right, people are unsubscribing like crazy, and you're not talking about 15 different things, you're talking about 1 or 2 things, like problem solutions, okay? So I just know that my numbers and the numbers of people I've helped around the world, they've made significantly more from their email list than their followers when it comes to like bigger reports, right? It's not just like, oh, I've interviewed 3 people who've all got 1 million followers. No, this is like 100 plus people could say the same thing. However, when it comes to network marketing, the niche that I focus on, because I freaking love it, the majority of people don't have an email list because they believe email is dead and building a social media following is the most important. But here's what you need to do. You need to A, understand that you've got what it takes. B, you've got to create shareable content so people actually follow you. And then C, you have to turn those followers into email subscribers, which I'll create another video on at some point, right? And then eventually, a year later, 6 months later, 3 months later, a month later, a week later, a day later, an hour later, they end up buying the thing that you've got to promote, that you've got to sell, that you want them to join and be a part of. My email list has allowed me the freedom to go away to Thailand and Singapore for 2 weeks without having to worry about working or posting or doing anything, knowing that my business continues to grow. And you could be in the same situation too, because you own the list. You don't own the people on the list, but you own the list, all right? So just because you're in network marketing and you want to build online definitely means that you should not ignore email. Start today.